Hi, my name's Mia. A few seconds ago, I came out as trans to 27,000 gamers on my old YouTube channel. This is a ridiculous situation to find yourself in, but I tried to have some fun with it and make it worthwhile by playing the character of a very devoted gamer. That one shot lives on my old channel, and at the end of the video, I told them they could all find me here on my new channel. I want to start this channel off by telling the real story of where I was for 3 years and coming out the way that makes the most sense to me at this time. From 2020 to 2022, I created about 200 Destiny 2 videos, which collectively got 2.7 million views and were watched for about 278,000 hours. This was a lot of fun, very hard work, and I got paid a whole $7 for doing it. Wow! I did end up burning out, taking the summer off from YouTube, and went into the woods and decided to try putting estrogen into my bloodstream, because why not? I discovered that this made my brain and body an incredibly comfortable place to be. I would go on to discover even more, like having long hair, using she/her pronouns, wearing women's clothes, having estrogen in my blood, the works. It just felt completely natural to me. Because of all these kind of honestly unrelated things, but they also are related, not up to my choosing, but also completely up to my choosing, sorry. I think an accurate word for me is woman, and I like it. I feel incredibly lucky to be a trans woman, and I'm so glad I answered the call coming from inside the house. Completely unrelated to this, but somehow still insisting to be related to this, a small but loud group of people in the country I live in has been profoundly manipulated into being angry about all of this stuff, I think by rich people, because when they're angry, they're easier to control. This poison has seeped its way into the minds of a lot of people who don't realize it and made them just a little uneasy about people who are different from them. I think this is kind of something that's by design because it only benefits the 1%. And at first this all made me feel rather unwelcome here, but I've come to realize that being trans is actually one of the most American things you can do because it's about freedom, and this is a free fucking country. And if it's not, let's make it more that way. Anyway, I fucking love freedom. I'm trans, and I want to make this place better, which I think are all completely normal, compatible things. But no matter what, there are people on the far left, there are people on the left, the right, the top, the bottom, and even the middle, who are just passionately dedicated to misconstruing me at every opportunity that they can get. So fuck them. I don't have time for all that shit. What really matters is what will you do in the fight against fascism? It's here! Anyway, I think I've learned that as you come out, you'll find yourself in a situation because you are God's best beast. And despite the situation, it's important to just do your own thing. So I became a woman. This made me so incredibly happy that all I wanted to do was spend time with my friends and family and make art. And I even became so hope-pilled that I decided that one day I might want to have kids with somebody. Now, unfortunately for me, might wanting something one day is enough to wholeheartedly do something today. So, because I hadn't frozen any DNA in advance of starting estrogen, I went back on testosterone for a full year, got very healthy, got this sort of stuff to occur again, which was rather unpleasant. Anyway, as of the day this video is posted, I will have frozen the final sample in the crypt, and I will be resuming estrogen, thank you, for the first time in 365 days. Anyway, this whole process has been fucking brutal. Going from like a lifetime of testosterone to 2 joyful years on estrogen back to a year on testosterone at thine own hand is just incredibly difficult. It undid a lot of the physical and mental changes I had enjoyed from 2 years of estrogen. And basically it was the hardest thing I've ever done. And I'm so proud of myself for not dying. And I am now one of the strongest people I know. So that's kind of cool. Sorry, lost in thought. This has just been a crazy process. Honestly, initially I was incredibly embarrassed by this whole MTF, TM, TF journey. And I think I would have really loved to return to YouTube and even the world looking and feeling polished and digestible and invincible. But that's not a thing, it's not an option. And even if this idea of finished were real, which it's not, especially not for people, it would just be so boring. Change is the stuff of life. It's interesting, it's fun, it's cool, it's hard. That's the whole point of everything. So honestly, I feel like other people feel that way too. And I would like to embrace that and show that live on stream. So I'm just gonna take a shot of estrogen live on twitch.tv/Mia_Wulp in in a few minutes. It'll be my first shot in 365 days. And I think it'll be really fun. So because this is also a coming out video, and I think coming out should be incredibly true to oneself, when I think about what it's really like to go from a lifetime of testosterone to 2 joyful years of estrogen back to a full year of testosterone, and because your body naturally, apparently, produces this level of testosterone, which is just so fucking uncomfortable, and you feel your face shape change and your body shape change and all the hair you had lasered off grows back, and you get stinky and angry and horny and dead inside, and you're just losing your fucking mind because you're losing so much bodily autonomy, but you're doing it all for love. And at the same time, you're trying to tell a bunch of people on YouTube that you're back and you're gonna start making videos again. When I think about all that and try to sum all that up in some sort of like coming out thing, I really think the obvious choice for such a video is to do the I'm thinking I'm back monologue from John Wick episode 1, which is why I look so fucked up like this. So, without further ado, my weapon, please. You might be thinking, it's just a fucking body, just a fucking gender. But I thought I'd lost everything until that girl arrived on my doorstep. A final gift from myself. In that moment, I received some semblance of hope, an opportunity to live. And you took that from me, killed that from me. People keep asking if I'm back, and I haven't really had an answer. But now, yeah, I'm thinking I'm back. So you can either hand over the sperm, or you can die screaming alongside me. So, basically, I'm coming out as female John Wick. Oh my god. That's insane. Let's fucking go. Cheers, y'all.
So what's your life score now?
They reset you every season. And we're back. This video was initially meant to be one 20-minute continuous take, which we nearly pulled off yesterday. And I'm very proud of everybody because we barely rehearsed it and we just did a single take, which I think was the point of a video like this. Everybody killed it. We missed the last couple minutes, so we're just gonna pick off from there and continue right now. And I'm taking it as a sign from the universe that I wasn't meant to end the video in my Wick fit. Instead, I get to wear my wolf shirt, and I love my wolf shirt. I hate my Wick fit. Okay, at this time in my life, I really do think the best understanding that I have of my gender is trans John Wick, which is weird as hell, but that's authentically what life feels like right now, and so that's what makes me think it's worth it to be authentic about all that and to just make an insane video like this, even though it's cringe, but also nothing's cringe, everything's cringe. You just gotta do stuff because life is too short not to. And I would have rather done something that I'm embarrassed of later than have done nothing at all. So I've almost lost myself, but not quite. I am playing far too much Destiny 2. I can barely look in the mirror. I'm looking into the past and the future and seeing hints that estrogen might be the way. And that's exactly how I felt at the beginning of transition in 2022. So I'm just gonna take a page out of my own book and fucking send it and take a shot of estrogen live on stream in a few minutes because, like I said, life is too short to be normal and change is unavoidably public and messy, and so you may as well just go for it and get started now. Plus, change is cool and hot and interesting and hard, and I think other people feel that way too. It's just the point of life. in my mind. So anyway, this video needs to end at some point and my stream's about to start, so let's wrap this shit up. My name used to be Mark, but now it's Mia. I used to be on testosterone, but now I'm on estrogen. I used to use he, him pronouns, and now I use she, her pronouns exclusively because I think it just makes sense and I like it. I'm always going to do whatever the fuck I want with hormones and my body because I know myself better than anyone, and so why wouldn't I? And you should also know that I don't really give a shit if you constantly mess this stuff up or call me bro or crow. Shout out Jay Schlubs on Discord. It's not a big deal to me. The last thing I will say is that I reserve the right to disappear again because last time I started estrogen, it cracked open tectonic plates in my heart that I didn't know I had, and it sort of like unleashed this ocean of love that I didn't know I had for the world, and all I wanted to do was pour it into the community around me, and so obviously I disappeared from the internet. It's entirely likely that that will happen again once I restart estrogen because it makes me feel like an entirely different person compared to when I'm on testosterone. But for now, the plan is to make some great videos with my friends and to show the whole process of change in all its mess and glory because, again, it's cool, hard, and fun, and I think other people feel that way too. And also, I really do feel like I bring a unique combination of things to the table of content creation. I think my platform really is Destiny 2, Civ 5, shooter games, discussing skincare, forcing you to do physical therapy exercises, increasing people's knowledge of wolves, increasing people's knowledge of the evils of the phone, pushing people to donate blood because it is good and helpful for others, but also because it might be a way of reducing microplastics. And so in that vein, I also would love to discuss pseudoscience in stream. And speaking of which, what's up with saline? Salt kills bacteria, and yet we put it in our blood with water. Wouldn't that hurt us? By my logic, we need our top minds investigating how saline works. So that would be something happening on my stream as well. Finally, let's see here. Yeah, streaming some live music from the apartment would be fun. I would love to call government officials on stream and ask them to do things, tell them to be better. And also roommate is one of my main platform topics. Hanging out with roommate, discussing things with roommate, playing games with roommate. Roommate is a fascinating topic. I'd also like to cook with a GoPro attached to my head, and I'd like to make flashcards about pop culture because I know very few actors' names or movies or anything, and I would love to learn about the world. And finally, I'd like to design a media curriculum with you, a series of books, movies, TV shows, plays, exercises, foods, whatever, about a topic that we pick, and then I do the curriculum for 3 months and then make a video summarizing it. So maybe like 4 videos uploaded to the channel in a whole year. Okay, stream's about to start. We gotta wrap this shit up. I wanna say thank you to Matt, who pulled the cart all of yesterday and pestered me to return to YouTube for an entire year. And I also wanna thank everybody who's been commenting like every single week asking me where the fuck I am. I'm finally back, sorry, I was going through a lot of change. Thank you to Miles for pulling the cart today, and thank you to Kira for sitting on the cart both days and filming this whole thing. Thank you to Jack for making a trans flag from scratch by hand. Thank you to Kira for making a beautiful fighting lion model on a short timeline. Thank you to Ash for doing my John Wick makeup and hair yesterday. Thank you to Adric, Miles, Trevante, Morgan, Elena, Lydia, and Craig for helping me film that weird as hell video yesterday. And thank you for watching this and for being here. I think this is gonna be a lot of fun. It's good to be back, which is what I'm thinking I am. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? Yeah, that's all. Bye-bye.